They'll be calling you a radical. Back to the Fukushima nightmare. Back to the drooling contemporized culture that we've evolved into. I've come to the conclusion there's a bunch of new news out on Fukushima. One, this both spent fuel pool removal and these propaganda whores that are working for this machine running out of freaking Livermore freaking lab at Berkeley. This is a giant experiment they're pulling on us. It's a giant experiment. Look. They're letting it go. They're trying their freaking nano freaking cleanup technology. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Look, it's failing. I know for a fact that everything they've done, they've let this evolve and let this happen because they're experimenting with their cleanup methods, their so-called revitrification, their cold fusion, hot fusion, whatever. It's failing. Like it's always failed. And we're the human guinea pigs. And I mean, it kills me how people cannot correlate leukemia with cancer with nuclear fallout. People, I mean, guy yelled out, cat called out, everything, oh, talking about it. I've come to the conclusion, I went into this 2 years ago. I've been on my LDS mission, as I call it, for 2 years in the bone marrow transplant. I come out of it. People were so ignorant and so abstract and so gone. They really don't even understand nuclear. They really think it's science fiction. They don't realize that we use nuclear energy all day, every day. That it's a cabal, that we don't even need it. They don't get it. They don't get it that Chernobyl killed millions and millions of people. They don't get it that the atomic marines were marched into the Nevada test site and human guinea pigs. They don't get it that the Utah downwind their thesis is very, very real. Now we're all... They don't get it that they covered up and crashed right in it. They don't get it. You know, I think it's because I've been so focused on trying to survive this disease for 2 years. And, people attacking me. I mean, do people really even understand? They don't get it that I'm very, very sick. I'm still very, very sick. I'm fighting for my grandchildren and my children. My father died of this. He was human guinea pig in the Nevada test site. Then they say it can't mutate through the gene pool. Then I get the same thing. AML de novo? Are you kidding? Look up AML. Freaking do some research on it. People don't even know there's nuclear plants in their backyard. That's why we're going to do the Post-Ignorance Project. Now you think about my vlog as I've gone along. Think about it. You think of how impossible. You guys could have been freaking multi-millionaires. Nobody even follows my lead. People don't want the truth. Okay? I called gold at 1900 to the day. Told you to buy the triple leverage down. I called silver at 4700. Go down. I told you to buy the Apple derivative at $30. They turned into over $6,000. On and on. I told you to buy Tesla at $12. What did I tell you a couple weeks ago? What did I tell you right on this vlog a couple weeks ago? Sell your Tesla. Short Tesla. I mean, what more do you... I mean, what I've done, if I was still in the hedge fund industry, I'd be a billionaire. And everybody says, well, how come you're not? I've been fighting for my life for 2 years with no money, broke off my freaking ass sick. I forked over every penny I had to get on my LDS mission to the top of the acute bone marrow transplant center. And I'd like to say this, Dr. Vincent Hansen, in the inception, he trumped 12 other doctors. He's a beautiful, incredible man. He saved my life. I mean, he really did. He stepped in at the last moment and saved my life. And then I got into that bone marrow. Fimbo Peterson, these beautiful doctors, and they saved my life. You know, it's been 2 years. It's been a horrific battle. I hate to say this, and I hate to be the doom crier because I've never been that. I've always been, I'm very pessimistic right now. I'm extremely pessimistic. And I'll tell you right here, right now, we're going to get a nuclear disaster in this country, a major one. It's going to happen. Because we've turned in, it's so ripe for it, because we've turned into the hallmark of all third world countries. What do we, in a third world country, in a feudal system, what do? We gut the middle class. We take them and fool them and make them think they're still, as we pay the Dragon Slayer. I mean, we've had to pay Dragon Slayer for 10 years. We've had nuclear plants that have been freaking decaying, the infrastructure. As a baby boomer, they want everything, but they don't want to pay for nothing. This cultural freaking, in a third world country, you have toxic accidents. As our levels of legal radiation were already 12 times the rest of the world, the Obama administration simply removes a part of the Livermore freaking experiment. He's the greatest Uncle Tom in world history. He is Uncle Tom. That has nothing to do with race. That had the Uncle Tom media, and any of you who've never read Harriet Beecher Stowe, the Christian community, the so-called, moral majority, whatever you are, they're all fakes, hairsprays, devils. We're going to get one. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I mean, we've been right on the edge because they're freaking broken down, they're poorly run, they're not freaking oversighted. They just kick the can. That's what we do in this site. Just like a 0% interest rate for 12 years. You went back 20 years, 15 years, and even told people that we set in a 0% interest rate environment, the science fiction economics, they would blow their minds. This is a sick, 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 demented culture. I went into this with very low expectations as my post-ignorance. So that's why we're doing our Post-Ignorance Project. Now tomorrow, at the University of Chicago, the symposium on whether to move the doomsday clock closer. Somebody get your ass over there. Get your ass over there. Gail, I know you're right there. Go over there. Make some noise. Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. Oh, here he comes. Come here. You want to come and see Grandpa? Come on, my little guy. This is my cute little guy. You're Grandpa's boy, aren't you? Yeah. This is what I'm fighting for. And your kids. I love my grandkids. I don't want them to go through what I've gone through. And my dad, I'm very scared for them. I'm very scared for them. Get that out of your mouth.
What is it?
I don't know. You find.
That's you.
Mm-hmm. Let's get together on this thing. I mean, the very few. I mean, let's protect our kids. Let's protect. Nuclear is not science fiction. It's very, very real. Chernobyl. You know, Femen, I love you girls. I love what they went and did and told us the story of Chernobyl. You know, I've been on this 2-year LDS mission of mine at the top of the Acute Bone Marrow Transplant Center. It's been 2 years. It's time for me to pivot in a different direction. You know, in the investment world, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I've called gold to the day. It's impossible. I mean, Max Kaiser in episode 496 has a guy, and he guaranteed that silver was going, or gold was going up. When I heard that, I says, I can almost guarantee that it'll go down, which it has. I mean, you can't guarantee anything. That's the flaw with nuclear. Humans and people, the American public doesn't even realize that all these nuclear plants and all this nuclear waste is just sitting there. They don't understand the thing, because that's how abstract they become, and that's how ignorant they become, and how poorly educated they are. They don't know. I mean, 90% of Americans don't even know. They have no clue about nuclear. They're like, they think it really is science fiction. It's not science fiction. It's very, very real. Nuclear fallout is autism. Nuclear fallout is multiple sclerosis. Nuclear fallout's cancer. It's perfectly 100% correlated. I mean, anybody, oncologist will tell you AML is only caused by 2 things. 1, exposure to radiation. 2, exposure to chemicals like benzene. For my father to die of this disease after being lit up in the Nevada test, people don't even know that thesis. 40,000 Pendleton Marines, human guinea pig in the Nevada test site like freaking, you know, lab rats. Murdered, mass murdered by the Department of Energy. They're running an experiment right here. Look at the cartel who's running the cover-up. Talk to Gregory Jacko out of the Situation Room. You know, this is in plain sight. This is not a hypothesis making up. We're going to get a nuclear disaster in the U.S. I mean, it's right, because we're a third world country. We're a third world country. You think about the Obama administration. I voted for him both times. But what was the alternative? Jill Stein comes out on day 900, some calls her really the greatest ecological disaster in human history. Jill Stein, who's supposedly the Green Party, comes out day 900 and something? Are you kidding me? You know, where are you people? They're pathetic. You're all pathetic. It's a pathetic populace. I'm fighting for my grandkids. That's who I'm fighting for. And my children. Audie Murphy said when they tried to pin all them medals on, she said, what are you doing? I'm not waving no flag. You know, I'm not waving any flag. I'm fighting for my family's farm. And my family. That's what I'm doing. Don't you get it? That's what I'm doing. And you know what? You have to fight the foes of it. And you know, go get this freaking gun. Shoot. It's a worthless thesis. They've just deflected onto you. You know, you have fair mind. I mean, what are you doing? You fight this with your mind, but it's an impossible fight. Yeah, just like me, freaking overcoming AML de novo cancer. Impossible. Odds freaking so stacked against me, whatever. Impossible fight. But I believe in the impossible, because I still believe in the strength of the very, very few in humanity. I really do believe in their strength. I do believe in them.
You don't have a shirt on.
No, Grandpa got to get his shirt on. What are we going to do today? Going to go to the store? Want to go to the market? Do you like carrot juice? Stand tuned.
The white one.